Hank Klinger here. Hold on, I'm jumping on a trampoline. Never too big to jump on a trampoline. Excuse me for a second here, people. Alright, I'm shooting this video about divine purpose and intuition. Now, what does that mean? Well, divine purpose is, I guess, what you were put here for. What's your purpose? And you know, intuition is your gut. So divine purpose and intuition would be, well, people call it your gut, your intuition. But I believe the intuition is something that comes from a higher intelligence, possibly from your true self, that is in direct correlation with your divine purpose. I do believe that each and every one of us is here for a certain reason. That while we are all created equally, that each of us has a certain trait or skill or power, if you will, that stands out from the rest. That is why we are here. That's our divine purpose. And by listening to your intuition or your gut, you can figure out what it is. Typically, it's what you love to do. I mean, that's probably why you're here, whether it's cooking or teaching or caring for others, you name it, writing. I mean, it could be anything. There literally needs to be people that do everything in this world. And by listening to your heart, your intuition, you can figure out your divine purpose. And you can generally make a better living and live a better life than you could ever do by living your divine purpose than you would, say, if you forced yourself to be a doctor and you hated the medical field or something like that. By now you might be wondering who I am. My name's Hank Klinger. I am an internet marketer, ex-commercial fisherman from Alaska, or from California, but up in Alaska, ex-chef. And I gave it all up to work online because I found my divine purpose. My why, so to speak, is to inspire people like you to believe in themselves, to figure out what their divine purpose is, and to start listening to your heart more, your intuition. You see, for a long time now, I've listened to my intuition, and I've let my heart guide me through life, and it's taken me around the world. I'm actually in England right now, getting ready to head back out to Sweden. I was out there earlier this year, but I've really been traveling around the world now for the last 8 years, and you're probably wondering how you can travel too, and how you can do what I do and live a freedom artist lifestyle, as I like to call it, and figure out your divine purpose. You see, that's one thing that we specialize here in the system that I work with, is inspiring people to find their why and to live their passions and really design your own lifestyle. Because I believe personally that people are so much more beautiful when they're free, and that when you're in synchronicity with what you're meant to do with your divine purpose and you're listening to your intuition and your heart, then the LOA, or law of attraction, the universe, whatever you want to call it, maybe if it's in your servo mechanism in your brain, if you're more scientific, guides you and starts to give you exactly what you want when you're in a natural flow of things, so to speak. It's really a beautiful way of life. It's a great way to just be. And that's what it really comes down to, is just being. Being present in this moment right here and letting go of the past experiences and expectations of the future. While it's great to visualize and plan ahead and have goals, there's no point in living in the future. And your past is gone, so there's no point in doing that either. By living in this present moment and making this present moment your purpose, your divine purpose, so to speak, and really focusing on what you love, listening to your heart, then your life will naturally unfold in a great way when you stop fighting the currents of life and you start living more like water. You know, what does water do? Water goes with the flow. If you think about it, you see a stream going just gradually along, flowing, trickling, beautiful, crystal clear stream. Sounds light and peaceful, you know, it just feels nice and crisp and fresh. Well, that's how your life can be when you just start listening to your when you start listening to your intuition, when you start listening to your heart and you figure out your divine purpose. Everything becomes crystal clear. Everything becomes fresh. Everything becomes really smooth and fluent, like a creek running through the mountains. Absolutely gorgeous way to live. And that's how I've really started living my life, and that's why I do this, because I want to inspire people like you to live your life in the same manner, to really do what you love. And it can all start simple. Even if you have a 9-to-5 job right now, or you're working a job that you don't really like, you can give yourself some time each week to do the things that you love and start telling people about it. See, that's what I started doing. I love traveling and inspiring. Well, I started blogging about it. I decided that I would write about it online, and that just made sense that I worked online, and I gave up everything else, but it made sense that I work online, that I get paid blogging, and since I travel, and I can just take my laptop with me wherever I go. And anyone can do it, really. It's really a great way of life, and you really just write about what you love or what you like, your interests, and you relate to people, and you attract people like yourself to sign up with you, to get started and to join. It's really a great thing. Since I really, you know, when I first started doing this, I was too serious. I took myself too serious, and I didn't listen to my intuition. I didn't know what my divine purpose was, and I made it harder than it needed to be. But once I figured out my divine purpose and listened to my heart, and I just started going with the flow, and I just started going with the natural current of things, and I started listening to what people were telling me to do. I started doing exactly what I was told to do. you know, from the other people in the system that had the success that I wanted and the life that I wanted. And before, I listened to my ego, and I didn't listen to exactly what people told me to do. But once I dropped the ego and started going with the flow, listened to my intuition, and figured out my divine purpose, everything got really smooth and great. Now the universe just gives me what I want. It's really an amazing thing. So whatever you're doing right now, I can help you find your divine purpose and teach you how to listen to your intuition or your heart more. And once you do, the universe will begin to fold for you and give you the things that you want. So wherever you're at right now, it doesn't matter where you've been. What matters is where you're going, and I can help you go to amazing places. So you're still watching this video. The next thing you need to do is take your mouse, click the link below, and get started. My name's Hank Klinger, and I'll see you inside. Take care, people.